Right then, imagine taking your dog for a walk and hearing this.
This is VPS security. Attention on site, attention on site. If you do not leave this area, security officers will be dispatched.
You are not looking into a dystopian future. That is exactly what you're going to hear if you go to the playing fields in Stoke Lodge, which has been the subject of a long-running legal battle between Cottam School and a protest group. The school put this fence up to be able to let the kids do PE lessons on the field, but campaigners argued that the green space should be open for all. So it's been going on for about 10 years. It's been costing hundreds of thousands of pounds to the taxpayer. But earlier this year, the High Court ruled in favour of the school, which means that it's starting to put the fences back up again, along with security cameras that gave a warning to anybody that was passing by.
This is VPS security. Attention on site, attention on site. If you do not leave this area, security officers will be dispatched.
So, the We Love Stoke Lodge campaign, a group has written to the council which owns the land the school's leasing off them, asking it to stop the school from putting the fences back up, saying that it hasn't consulted on it and doesn't have permission. Bristol City Council has declined to comment on this latest development, and the school says that it's reinstating the fence to ensure that the site is safe and secure for student use, and is hoping to improve on previous issues such as avoiding muddy paths, enhancing landscaping and improving the local space outside the fence. It says that the cost of putting it back up is covered by an insurance payment and will set up a stakeholder forum to engage with local residents, youth sports clubs, the council and the police going forward. Well, Helen Powell is from the We Love Stoke Lodge campaign group and joins us this morning. Morning, Helen.
Good morning.
So what do you make of these security cameras and these audible warnings first off?
Well, I mean, the audible warnings were just completely unacceptable, very alarming for people. Lots of children, users generally, very upset by them. They're very intimidating.
When did they first appear?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So there was a council meeting on Monday afternoon at which, the school listened to lots of councillors calling for compromise solutions to this and to proper sharing of the field. And then within hours of that, they sent their contractors rolling in, including these sort of mobile audio visual recording units. They've also got these sirens, these announcements. They've had to switch the sirens off because they were completely unacceptable and they were, going off all night. And it was, there were residents living very close to the field, completely unacceptable. But they've also got security guards on the field, excuse me, following people around, telling them that they've got to leave the site.
But I mean, what can they do? That's not enforceable by law, is it? These security guards, they can come and go, well, move on. But what do you do if you say no?
Well, I mean, absolutely, it's not enforceable, particularly because there are public rights of way across the field, and you are not allowed to obstruct free passage on a public right of way. That is open to everybody to go and use. But that doesn't stop these people being very intimidating. And we've had some really distressing messages sent to us. One particular example I can give you is of a lady who was approached by these security guards in sort of high-vis jackets and so on, who started talking at her. She said, please don't talk to me. I have mental health issues. I don't like to be talked to by strangers. I am leaving the field. And they, in her words, stalked and jeered at her. They actually laughed in her face when she said she had mental health issues. This is completely unacceptable behaviour. It's despicable, and this is a school that is responsible for what's going on the field at the moment. I
mean, in the name of balance, we can corroborate that. I mean, this is like what you're saying. I don't know. We haven't got anyone for the security service to be able to.
Sure, I'm just telling you what her message to us was.
No, absolutely. Now we can't go into all the ins and outs because it's been going on for so long, but the High Court ruled that the green space shouldn't be given to town and village green status early on this year, and then the school has started to put the fences back up, immediately after that ruling?
Yes, I mean, the ruling was just before the summer. Obviously, it's taken them a few weeks, organising contractors and so on. The thing is that judgment is now potentially going to the Court of Appeal. So we have submitted for permission to appeal. Interestingly, you were just talking to somebody from Bath Rugby. You remember a couple of years ago, the High Court turned down there was a High Court case around improvement of their stadium and increasing the stadium capacity size. The High Court turned it down. They went to the Court of Appeal. and the High Court was overturned. That's actually the same judge that was the judge in the High Court in our case. Now, no disrespect to him, but legal errors get made, and it is the role of the Court of Appeal to overturn High Court decisions when they are incorrect.
How are you funding the High Court appeal, the High Court ruling, or like all the legal costs that go with that?
Well, we are entirely crowd-funded. Actually, not quite entirely. The Open Spaces Society also provided some support because that is their role to help support commons and village greens and public rights of way around the country. But mainly we are crowd-funded because we have hundreds and hundreds of people who are committed to protecting this land for future generations to use.
And of course, you've written to the council. So what response have they had? What are you asking them to do and what have they said?
Well, so the council has a number of hats that it has to wear here. So the council, via its Public Rights of Way and Greens Committee, has decided that public rights of way exist across the field. There are 4 public rights of way. And, that is a big problem for the school because where they're putting the fence, we will be walking inside the fence, which was the exact thing they went to court to say they couldn't have happen. So the view of the council, because that is a regulatory committee, is that those public rights of way exist. The council, as the Highways Authority, has a statutory duty to prevent anybody obstructing a public right of way.
Right, OK, that's interesting.
The council also owns the land. The council is the landlord of Cottam School. Cottam School's lease is subject to all existing rights and use of the property, including use by the community. So those public rights of way override Cottam's lease. And also the lease prohibits new structures on the land. So there are a number of ways that the council can and should take action to stop them obstructing.
And are you
these.
speaking to the school directly, or have they shut down all communication with you?
They shut down communication a long time ago.
OK, and so loads of people are adamant they're still going to fight this, but what can be done then from here?
So we need to wait to see what action the council will take.
Yeah.
And, they obviously need a little bit of time to work that out. If the council were to fail to act, there are various other legal routes that the public can use to enforce public rights of way. There is also, there's a process that is ongoing to confirm those public rights of way and have them put on the definitive map. So that's sort of one leg of it. There is the appeal about village green status, and once that gets through the Court of Appeal, if we have that case and they rule in our favour, then the whole fence will have to come down again.
Helen, where can people go and find out more about the We Love Stoke Lodge campaign group?
So you can visit our website. You can look for us on X and find kind of routes into us. We also have a blog. So for anybody who's thinking, like, there's more than a decade of stuff that's gone on here, how do I read up and see some of the documents and extracts and so on? We have a blog called We Need to Talk About Stoke Lodge. And you can look on there. And what we've really tried to do is to put the documents out so that people can see for themselves. I'm very into people being able to verify that what we're saying is true.
Make up their own mind. Yeah, absolutely. Helen, thank you very much. That's Helen Parrell there from the We Love Stoke Lodge campaign group. Now, Cottam School has started to put up these fences again on Stoke Lodge playing fields, along with security cameras that give out that warning that I played earlier to anyone passing by. But campaigners, of course, have written to Bristol City Council asking for them to intervene to stop them. If you want to wade in on this conversation, then the floor is all yours. 08000 855 949. The time is 13 minutes to 8, and you're listening to me, Joe Sims, for your proper Bristol breakfast.
Call 08000